record yesterday. Yesterday, until 8:35, my student told me that, hey, Uncle Raymond, you forgot the record. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, what happened to Gerald? Okay. I think of some Wi-Fi issue. Yesterday, totally very bad. Halfway through, I just realized it did not record. Okay, welcome. So let's go to the lesson proper. Before that, let's go to Gerald. Thank you. Will you mind into the class, please?
Wait, Chair, one question before we start. What happened to the other one, E4? He focusing on O-level now.
No, he will be coming maybe settle down his thing first. He will be doing his history later on with me.
Okay.
I think he want to concentrate those subjects that is not strong. I understand. Yeah, so those I think maths and others, then because his history and social study are not so bad. So I mean, he has been with me for 2 years plus for writing. So I told him, okay lah, let's you concentrate on your other subject first. So at any point of time, he's not sure or you got any homework to ask me, of course, he feel free to WhatsApp me and then I can just give him some advice.
So because he's not joining us. He wants to focus on his other subjects so that he can like at least have he know like he won't do so badly for O-level. Like other than just focusing on rather one subject, like this. Is it like what you're trying to say?
Yeah, but I come in later on. He told me he may come in later on, maybe in 1-2 months or 3. Understand?
Okay, just like before exam before exam to see like any last minute.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, back to you, Gerald. You might read to the class, please. Thank you, Gerald.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one. Last week we did this already, right, Gerald? Right,
yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, thanks, Gerald. Let's go.
If you search up what is a skill, the definition would be the ability to do something well. Education is a simple word for being.
Okay, it's a word for being taught for many generations and getting better at something. Yeah.
And getting better at something. So does it mean skill is developed through education? Well, I believe skill is something everybody has, but no one is born with it.
Stop. I stop here. I want you to share this. It is very true what you wrote this. I think it's your own thoughts, right, Gerald? Is this sentence your own thoughts or you copy somewhere?
Yeah, it's my own thoughts.
Well, which one? Very good. Okay, so write down this somewhere in your, okay, if you are doing this CWS, you must get the book ready for all those very beautiful sentences and others. So you put it there on Hanling and tell you, because this will be definitely helpful. Especially tell you now you are getting to be more profile and you're able to like solve the things already and in the next higher level. So tell you now the next thing are you able to hear me?
Yeah. What?
Oh, sorry. No, because I think your screen frozen. I think it's my Wi-Fi, right? Recently very bad, seriously. Okay, sorry, it's like last Friday, right? The whole screen also frozen. So tell you, take note. So whatever sentences that is good, link it. So next time when you use it, the other, remember last year you got one essay, then you put in other thoughts inside, right? Do the same thing now. Okay. So once you start doing that, you will be able to get a higher marks for that CWS for your writing. Okay, like this sentence, let me explain. I believe skill is something everyone has. This is very true, Gerald. It's true. In fact, the day when you're born, you already have the skill of learning how to walk, okay, how to crawl, right, how to eat. I mean, sorry, to those students, sorry, why am I talking students? To those babies who are born handicapped or Down syndrome, that one is a different story. But I think you should maybe add on that, well, I believe skills is something that to everybody who has a normal ability, a normal person, you see, Because sometimes as handicap. Okay, let's talk about the guy. What is that name? I really can't pronounce it without the links on that Amor. Right, he started baby. You know who is going to help him to dress? Seriously, he has no hands, no leg. Right, Harley. Right. So how seriously, how are you going to take care of himself? What skill does he has? But because he has these skills by God giving him the ability, that's right. But no one is born with it. It's true, very true. But no one is born with it. It depends on how you see it. Because there are the moment you know the skill of walking, but no one is born with it. The it is actually can be referring to certain skills that you have not accomplished or have not been completed. So why? Let's read on. Task.
Thus, the other positive way of being skilled or
Possible,
having
possible, not positive. Is it possible? Possible, right?
yeah, the other possible way of being skilled or having skill is to learn it. Simply put, education. How everybody has a different skill or are good at different things is due to the different education he or she puts effort into. Therefore, I strongly believe that a skill is developed through education.
Yeah, I like the last part. The magic word. Thank you, Gerald. You use the magic word therefore. Okay, this word therefore. Okay, it's true. As like concluding it, but it's just only a short paragraph. Okay, but I cannot see the whole structures of the entire essay. So it'd be good if you can continue from there. So this is like introductions. Okay, what is the introductions? It's something using your AIMS. I think I want to emphasize that using your atmosphere, interesting statements, motivations, lines to capture it, and then the suspense. Okay. Right. So thank you. This is yours. I'll save it. Okay, let's go back to this lesson here. It's my lesson. Is it here? Oh, okay. Okay, so today is lesson 3. So we want to talk more about how we're going to use writing skills. Okay, give me a minute. I just. Okay, Hanling, last week you gave the introduction. Do you believe that the main reason we can? Tell you, this is your introductions, right? So I hope later on you can put your first paragraph in as well as Gerald. Gerald, you have done already, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Your essay, right? Remember? Let me show you. I think Gerald done this last week. I say it was well written. Oh gosh, I did I close it? No, I didn't. Okay. So Jared, this is the one that you practically have written all the first, second, third, fourth paragraph. So okay, you'll be exempted. But of course, if you want to add more and improve it by using this one here, okay, it's fine with me. All right. So Tianyu and Hanling, take note that. So your job later on is to fill up because I was waiting for you all to do it. Okay, so that is okay. Let's read on. Just give you a quick ideas. Come, Tianyu, would you mind just recap what you have written last week?
Do I just read it?
Remember to land a good job, the essay. Yes, yes.
Okay. Do you believe the main reason we take education is to land a good job? Well, I believe in that. The reason why we are taking education is to start a path for what we want to do in our future as our career. To get a good job, the person needs to have a different ability that makes the person unique from others, making it easier to size a job.
Okay, this is a job. So the next paragraph is that you must talk about why education is to land a good job. Okay, right. So
wait, you say why?
Yeah,
why is it like so that you can live a proper life? Like
is it, you must give one reason for why education, and the other one is not necessary that education should land a good job. 明白啊? Okay, tell you your Hanling, your turn. Hey, wait, Gerald, I'm not sure. Give me a minute. Hanling, hold on, Hanling. I'm not sure that time you did that one is actually related to land a good job. Is it land a good job? Right, this is a land a good job, right, Gerald?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're done with that. Thank you. So Gerald, you can sit back and relax and see what your classmate has done. Okay, so we have shared. So Hanling, your turn. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Even though you're unmute your mic, I really can't hear you. Tian, you can hear? Gerald can hear? No, right?
No.
Tian, you can hear? No, Never mind, I will read. It's okay. We don't waste time. I agree that the key reason for receiving education is to land a good job. Education is experience-based or knowledge-based. Okay, and education is is a direct path to these things, allowing many to have a proper jobs to land for a future interview. Okay, so you must tell me one example, one reason why, and one against it. Okay, so now start thinking. While I go to my next lesson. Okay, and then you must have your conclusions. Okay, so there's next. So take note. Okay, this is another homework, Gerald. Okay, and Tian Yu and Hanning. I can't hear you, Hanning. No, I can't hear you. You must, I think you must log off and log in again. Are you going to log off? Or is it your mic got some problem? Okay, what is your skill? Okay, Hanning, can you hear me? I think it's mic. Yeah. Okay, you can hear me. Yeah. Okay, good. That is okay. So I continue. Okay, don't waste time. Okay, what is your skill as a student now? Discuss. So what is your skill as a student now? Discuss using this, okay? So imagine you are the teachers writing to your students. So now you are the teachers writing to your students in the class of a secondary 4 graduation class. Okay, write, okay, what's wrong? Write a motivation letter like the one below and submit to me. Okay, ready? I'm going to read now. Okay, this is your form teacher, Mr. Raymond. As this is the beginning of a new year, new term, new resolution, and new challenge, may I ask, sorry, I think I forgot the time. May I ask each and every student to put your thoughts in writings about what are your 5 best skills you want to achieve for this year. The road ahead may be tough, tormenting, and sometimes torturing. Okay. Oh, wait. Sorry, I didn't see Hanling logged off. So sorry, guys. Because Gerald, I got 3 screens here. So I'm looking in the center one. So the left and my right sometimes are quite.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Okay.
All right, got it.
So okay, okay. Can I repeat again? So what? Okay, you have to do. Now I tell you already. I have to take back my words. Uncle Raymond said last time, I don't care, I don't bother to do whether you do a homework or not. I think after some thoughts and some research, I think you still have to hand in your homeworks by hook or by crook, okay? Because I think the road ahead is very tough. So last year I did force my students to hand in their homework. So there's a difference, makes a difference in their result, okay? So every homework then I can analyze. Thanks, Gerald. You have been very diligently handing 2 homeworks. So I can tell that your style of writings is going to be really from B4 onwards. I cannot tell you A1 now. Reason number 1, Gerald, don't mind. You need to improve your handwriting. And the best is when you're writing, is it possible that you use blue pen? Okay, blue pen. Trust me. Okay, blue pen will be brighter and nicer. Okay, don't mind. So what is your skill? Hanling, can you hear me? Hanling, can you hear me? Hanling, can you hear me? You can hear me? Sorry, I think my Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I can. No. I was hearing you perfectly.
No, but my screen frozen.
Oh, yeah. But when you're talking, I could hear.
Oh, really? Yeah. But your screen are all frozen. Your image was like very funny one. You know, when you frozen, now the whole thing is different. So imagine you are the teachers writing to your student in the class of a secondary 4 graduation class. Write a motivation letters like the one below and submit to me. So you have to do that. So now, Hanling, you are teacher. Tian, you are teacher. Gerald, you are teacher. This is your form teacher, Mr. Raymond. As this is the beginning of a new year, new term, new resolution, and new challenge, may I ask each and every student to put their thoughts in writing about what are your best 5 skills you want to achieve for this year. The road ahead may be tough, tormenting, and sometimes torturing. But I believe each and every one of you is a leader for the future generations. You may or want to use these skills to sharpen your knowledge, secure a good career, and to safeguard your next generation future. So I strongly urge you to come up the skills that you think based on your best knowledge and the education that you have received so far will help you to have a greater, will help you to have a great paradigm shift in your life. So what are you waiting for? Please put on your best thinking hats to have the creative skills to transform your life in 2023. It's now or never. Good luck. So guys, Han Ling, Tian Yu, you have to write a letter. Okay, this letter actually is to yourself. Tian Yu and Han Ling, Gerald. Have you ever write a letter to yourself, no, Gerald?
Like to like a future version of you or something like that. Is that something?
I think if you all don't mind, you all can start writing a letter. Dear Tian Yu, dear.
Honestly, I did. I'm pretty sure last year, like the start of the sector, we were asked to write about like what we want to achieve, and then our future self, like at the end of the year, we'll go read what we said. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Why not we do this? Seriously, Gerald. I think since you're not done before, it's very fascinating. No, I ever wrote to myself a few times. And even I wrote to my wife. I said anniversary after 2-3 years later, then we open up the letter, especially the 10th anniversary, the 50th anniversary.
I'm pretty sure back in our Chinese class, like last year, we had to write a letter in Chinese to ourselves, and then the teacher would send it to us after a year.
And then this teacher is very, very good. No, seriously, it's very good. No? Because it really, how should I say? You really go the extra mile to really want to motivate you. Use the AIM. You want to aspire, inspire, and motivate you. Seriously. I think this is a very good teacher to encourage you. So same here, you need to write a letter to yourself, for example. That means you are now the role of the teacher. You have to write this as, okay, this is just a sample of written by me. Okay. So yeah, Tian Yu, Han Ling, and Gerald. So later we're going to do that. Now, but before that, let's move on to the class itself. So what are the skills? So now you may not know what are the 10 skills. So maybe Uncle Raymond can give you some ideas. So Gerald, these are the skills that is very useful, especially when you write argumentative essay questions. We're asking you what are the best skills the student can achieve in the 21st century as a well-educated students or as a well-informed all-round holistic students. So ready? Let's move on to the first one, student skills, okay? By author, not by me, by Oliver Schickens and the teachers learners. So it's direct from there. So I read the first part. This is the first of the 3 posts in an attempt to inspire more discussion around the following questions. How do we prepare students to be successful in their futures? So there will be this kind of essay. How do we make 21st century students to be more successful? So Gerald and Han Ling and Tian Yu, these are more to beyond the express paper questions. Gerald, Tian Yu, and Han Ling, the 3 of you, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe Gerald, I'm not sure about you. I think the 2 of you want to Han Ling and Tian Yu. If you want to go JC, Han Ling frozen maybe. If you want to go JC, so this is the time to pull out your sock and start writing like this. So Gerald, you also want to go JC, right? Yes, good. Okay. So let's start off with Tian Yu. Can you read?
This is the where?
Oh. Determining.
What determining an answer to this question is a discussion that I believe needs to include student, instructor, parents, businesses, and community members. In other words, this is a discussion that everyone needs to include everyone.
Yeah. Everyone?
Yeah, okay. In order to tackle this issue from the stance of educator, I want to take a look at 3 different questions. What are the skills?
Are you ready?
Huh?
Yeah, Karen, I want you to read this.
Wait, so the more okay, wait. Yeah, I need to find it. Okay. What are the skills that our student needs to be successful in order to help?
Okay, stop. So stop here. Just a quick one. Okay, let's do. Han Ling, what are the skills that the student need to be successful? Let's see whether you okay. I think sorry, Gerald. Gerald, do you print the whole lesson plan? Do you print?
Yeah.
Then don't look at the paper, huh? Okay, I know maybe you have read already, but don't look at the paper first. Just tell me, Gerald, what are the skills that you think a student must be successful? So now you are a teacher.
A skill the student must have.
Yes. What do you think student must have to be successful in order to be successful? So imagine you are writing this essay. Okay, you think first.
Resilience.
Resilience. Okay. A skills that must write down. Well done. Honey, you cannot type, you cannot write. Then how I ask you to participate? Can type, right? Cannot type, really?
Can't type.
Honey cannot type.
Oh, he can type. He can type.
You say can't type, can't
No,
speak, 吓死我. Okay, okay. Resilient, well done, Gerald. Resilient, well done. Han Ling, what about you? What do you think that, let's say you are teachers, like, okay, like first day of school, you have a new class, especially the Sec1 student just came in from PSLE, right? So what are you going to tell your student about being successful in the school or for the next 4 years? Back to you. So you type, okay. So Tian Yu, what about you?
What do we need imply in the classroom?
你是老师对吗？但是学生 so what are you tell your student to how to become a successful student?
Work hard, never give up on your dreams.
Okay. So resilient, work hard and never give up on your dreams. So now I'm waiting for Han Ling answer. So the most important skills is not just resilient, no. Okay, seriously.
Oh yeah, and respect everyone.
Okay.
Even if they are your enemies, you still have to respect them. Unless they do something very wrong.
Gerald, sometimes I don't care whether if the student like me or not, I don't give a damn, correct? I don't own them a living, correct? No? You don't sleep with them, you don't eat with them, you don't live with them, correct? No? They are none of our so-called, unless it's your brother, sister, or your mom, dad, then nothing to say. If just a friend, I don't care. If they don't respect me, of course I'll show my respect. And yet if they don't respect me again, then I don't give a damn, I move on in life. Okay, success comes from right decisions. Right decision come from experiences. Experiences come from the wrong decision. So you're talking about making mistake. Don't be afraid to make mistake. Okay, one of them say resilient. The other one is hard work and what? What do you say? I think hard work and what? Never give up. Hard work and Han Ling say learn through mistake and experience decision. I think to me, the most important, even though whatever you mention, is no point, honestly, it's no point by talking, like talking only, talk, talk, sing song, no point, is you don't have self-belief. Agree? If you don't have self-belief, it's no point, you tells me, I want to be resilient, okay, see, you see my screen frozen again. Really, I hate it now, this Wi-Fi.
Sure, you can hear, right?
So I agree on Han Ling. Yes.
Okay.
Han Ling, everyone make mistake. I think Gerald also make mistake. Tian Yu, everyone will make mistake. But you see, I'm making through mistake, Gerald. You must be self-belief. Just like Thomas Edison, he self-believed that after every one experiment, he is closer to success. Right. So he never give up. He never, damn it, I don't want already. So what your resilience do, but you don't have the self-belief, right now, children. If you do not have the self-belief, it's as good as, are you all there? Are you all there? Can you hear me about the things? Sorry, I keep asking because I'm looking at the screen now. Thank you. It's like frozen now, damn it. Okay, if you don't have the self-belief, it's as good as like, you can't do, you have all the criteria, but you're not there, you mean? So, Han Ling, imagine a chef, you have all the utensils, all the cutleries, and all the ingredient there. But if you think you cannot do the Mahan Qianxi, you know what's Mahan Qianxi, right? The best dishes in the world, like the 那个皇帝吃的, you will not have that, no. Don't believe, let's read on. Tian Yu, in order
to help students develop these skills, what type of projects and assignment can we engage them in? Continue.
Yes, sir.
All right. What are some tools and practices that we can use to implement these skills into classroom? Continue again.
Yes, sir.
The goal of this post is to address the first of these three questions.
Ready?
First, the issue.
Thank you. Last until here, then you start. Okay, go.
Yeah.
In the United States.
Okay. In the United States alone, there are approximately 55.6 million students attending elementary and secondary school and 20.5 million students attending college and university. In the majority of school and classrooms that I work with, students are mainly being assigned on lower level thinking questions such as memorization.
Assess on lower, not
assess on lower thinking skills such as memorization and recalls. The multiple choice, short answer and matching question, along with the academic research paper, are still dependent on the main modes of assessment.
Assessment. You see, whatever you read, you are that person, you see, there are 56 million, so much. Wow, I mean, 10 over, just the children alone, it's already overcome our population already. If I'm not mistaken, US is the top 10 largest population in the world, top 10. So you see, just only the university already outrun us at Tianyu and Hanling and Gerald. So can you imagine that you're not only competing your schoolmates, your classmates, or student around in Singapore, but in a global platform. So what everyone are resilient, but not everyone are self-believing. If you don't have the self-belief, you will be, no matter how hardworking the student is, if you don't have the self-belief, the self-positive thinking, it's as good as, okay, I have been working very hard. Okay, I believe myself. Okay, I never give up. Every day I do, but no. But you see, once you have this ingredient like making mistake, making the wrong decision, improve and resilience and hardworking and never give up. One day that students or one day that the one that's you will definitely make a difference and be successful. Seriously. Okay, seriously. You know who is Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? The Colonel, my cousin. Okay, yeah, my cousin. Why not happy? You know Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel, Gerald, 他60多岁才 famous and then you know who the McDonald founder I can't was it Ray Kroc also my cousin Honey not happy again he was successful at the age of 50 plus and then you know who is Jack Ma he went to KFC for interview my another cousin and then he nobody employed him because he said he's ugly. Wow. You see, you realize these three person, I just mentioned these three person, and Steve Jobs, sorry, that guy passed away already. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. And if they don't have self-belief in their self and the products, 完蛋了嘞. So 记住in your essay must always write this word self-belief. Okay, Honey, are you there? Honey? Okay. Because your screen frozen again. Yeah. So sorry, my internet connection is very unstable. I don't know why. I'm going to change. In case it's lag again, please lock it again. I'm so sorry. I cannot take it. You keep doing that. I cannot take it. I'm changing to another service provider. Hopefully it works. But this one is the faster. I think I don't change. Sorry. Okay. Next, this needs to change. Ready? Honey cannot read, right? Gerald?
This needs to change. My goal was to discover the most important skills that students need to be successful. After speaking with hundreds of business leaders and reading hundreds of articles, it became clear that it is time for education to change. The same skills continued to be mentioned. There is less demand for obedient workers who can simply show up on time and follow directions.
You see, I tell you, so what you're hardworking, so what you never give up. Does it mean the good worker and student? You must study smart, not study hard. I'll tell you. So
you must work smart. You must work smart.
Yes. Last time 50 years to 100 years ago, you work hard, understand. because they don't have the advance of internet and Googles and all this information. So you really have to work hard for it. But now it's not just hard, but smart. So Gerald, you see, whatever you are reading now, you are getting to see whether is it self-belief is important. Okay, ready? Let's go. There is, okay, wait. Okay, go.
There is an increased demand for self-directed workers who can adapt and learn quickly, think critically, communicate, and innovate.
Thank you. So the word self-directed, write down this word. Self-directed means you are being able to be proactive. Write down this. Write down this. Proactive. You are being proactive to carry out things. Okay, next. Write down, but this one will help. Let's go.
Approximately 65% of our students will be employed in jobs that don't exist yet. So how do we prepare them for this? I believe that we do so by helping students develop the skills that they will need to succeed in a future filled with uncertainty.
Thank you, Gerald. You see, you know about Gojek and Grab, you know about Deliveroo. What else? What else? What are all these Deliveroo? Food Panda, right? Tianyu and Hanling and Gerald. Now you realize all these people who join the company, of course, is from O level or even from PSLE who do not complete the study. PSLE all the way to degree to join Grab. Gerald, I think before they study, they don't even know there's this Grab exists, but until there's this guy self-believe himself that this software Grab can make millions of dollars or even billion, which is true, right? We get Grab car, Grab this, Grab all these things. And then now they come up all kinds of applications. You realize when I'm studying this, even I'm a degree in IT, my generation that time is different. So I have to change. Then when I do another degree, my master degree in educations about change, now you see the things have changed again. Oh my goodness, Gerald, how? It's never ending. You see? So you realize this guy will say when to do a lot of research, Tianyu and Hanling. A lot of research, a lot of interviews. Same thing, Gerald and Hanling and Tianyu. When you're doing your thesis in your A level as well in the university, you need to read a lot of books, done a lot of interview and surveys, so that with enough evidence that you can convert this evidence and data into the what you have written in an essay to prove that this essay that you written has weight to carry to show that this argument is substantiated. And it is true. If not, you see, the thing is that, you see, whatever you study now, seriously, Hanling, maybe you thumbs up or thumbs down, Hanling. Do you know what are you going to?
I can speak now. I can speak now.
So Hanling, you tell me, in the next 10 years, do you know what jobs are you going to have? Don't know, right? Honestly.
No.
Even though you say, I want to be a lawyer, example, right? I want to be a lawyer. Just like me, I want to be a lawyer. But over time, suddenly I changed to become in the IT industry. So what do you think, Hanling? Do you know what you're going to have in the next 10 years?
No.
No,
it's uncertain.
Uncertain, then don't study. You study for what?
No, but studying just makes more certainty within your career.
No, I would love to hear that. I agree with your sentence. Study will slowly, surely, and definitely clear your doubts of uncertainty. That will be sounds better. 对吗？慢慢的、逐渐的、慢慢的减少那个 uncertainty。如果一个学生没有 education he's very blurred. It's like a kite without a string, don't know where it's flying through. Okay, Tianyu, what do you think? Do you know what is the next 10 years that in store for you?
No, but I probably guess there's gonna be a lot more technology.
Correct. So you are 走这个方向 this direction to go and achieve, right? 对不对? So education's like it's like setting the footpath for you. Thank you, Tianyu. How about you, Gerald? Do you know what is the next 10 years going to be like for you?
No.
So we do not have a crystal ball in front of us, Gerald. So how then? Sorry?
I think we shouldn't try and predict this kind of thing. Because you predict wrong and you end up like misleaded.
Misguided, misleaded. Okay. What else?
Yeah, you just end up misleaded and then waste all your time and effort on doing something that you don't actually need in the future.
Exactly. So is it I'm right or Gerald? Self-belief, 对吗? So that goes to the self-belief too. Exactly. Gerald, I'm just asking, do you believe in the horoscope prediction?
I don't think so.
Sometimes the good one you listen, the bad one you don't listen, right? Okay.
No, it's like we want to believe because we hope that it will come true, but it doesn't always come true.
Yeah, you're right. If let's say they say 今年 what is your horoscope? The three of you? Goat? No, cannot be goat. Horse, is it? Is it horse?
Mouse.
Mouse, oh.
All three of us are mouse, I think.
Hey, mouse this year, I heard not. I heard rat this year not bad.
It's actually I've seen a lot of like bad ones, and I've seen like varying degrees of like good and bad across a lot of different horoscopes. I'm not particularly interested in things like this. I just seen people sharing it. So yeah.
Okay. Exactly, Gerald, you say if they say, oh, this year the rat is very good, those people who study one will get A1. Then you believe it. Then Gerald, you just sit there, oh, I can get A1. But you're not self-believe in studying and doing anything. You think the A1 come to you, no, right? True not. But because of that, they say this year you are very good in your study, you can get A1. That means you should indulge and involve and invest your time to study, so that when you study, the things will come very fast to you, will improve your brain cell. That is what it meant by getting A1. So you see, Hanning, and tell you, this year they say rooster. I'm born in the year of rooster. They say out of the 12 animals, rooster is the last one. Everything I do I cannot drive, I cannot go out, I cannot drive, I cannot go anywhere. Then 在家里咯，对吗？do Zoom 在家里咯 ，no what? Correct, I drive a lot what? Correct or not? That doesn't mean I must take MRT. What happens if you take MRT, the MRT inside I injured? You say this year I can get injured easily. So I 在家里咯，还是我买一个 spacesuit protect myself. No right? So it's a self-belief. You see, the word self-belief is very important. Okay, it's all up to you. Right? I agree with you, Gerald. Don't spend too indulged in that kind of prediction. You're right. Okay, you can predict certain things. Like you can say, oh, I predict next week, this topic will come out in my exam. But still, Gerald, you still must have the self-belief to study the topic, 对吗? You cannot just say, oh, I predict. Yeah, 一次两次你很准 come out in the exam, but not every day is a Sunday. Let's go. Anin, can you read 1 and 2 for the class, please? Thank you, sir. The skill.
The skills. I decided to compile the notes I took while doing my research. My goal was to identify the skills that were brought up the most in an attempt to determine which skills our students will need to be successful in their futures. The following is a list of the 10 skills mentioned the most often. 1. Adaptive thinking. In the digital age, things are changing at exponential rates. By the time employees learn the newest software program, a better version is coming out. Future employers will need to continuously adapt to changing conditions, as well as be able to learn new things quickly and efficiently. We need our students to learn how to learn.
Okay, stop. Hold on. Let me finish, then you continue. I need to explain. So adaptive thinking, if you reverse, it says thinking in an adaptive manner. So you see, children, I think you are very smart. It's all about technology world now. Sorry. And very sad. All those akong, ama, who has not have literacy in languages or educated enough. They do not know how to use the apps one time, right? But to them, sorry, they're already 80, 70 years old. Yes, I agree. 活到老学到老 lifelong learning. But some of them, they rather spend their time in terms of like cooking. Okay, learning to cook and pass the dishes to their next generations, or learn how to 把那个粽子 or whatever it is. So to them, they can afford to take Gerald. To them, they can afford not to take adaptive thinking. True now. Because to them, it's AI enough. No need to learn all these things, correct now. Right? Unless they are very heavily in digital, then fine. Then they will spend the time. Usually, Gerald, no hard feeling. I'm not against anybody. I realize I'm very close to the elderlies. I realize those elderlies are mostly educated. They love to use digital age. But my mother-in-law is one of them who's very uneducated. Not say very, okay, in fact, quite literally, uneducated, as in do not know how to understand English so much. She has YouTube some more. So you know what is YouTube. So adaptive thinking, write down. The first sentence is very important, write down. In the digital age, things are changing at an exponential rate. It's a very interesting statement and a very good start to write in your essay. Seriously. All right, seriously. In fact, this whole entire paragraph I selected is very good. If they have this essay question, Gerald, do you agree that technologies has replaced olden technology, or do you agree that technology has transformed the world? This will be the best introductions or one of the ideas. Okay, can you take note? So thank you. Next one, number 2, please, honey.
Communication skills. There continues to be an emphasis on the ability to communicate. In the digital age, however, we have access to a wide variety of new ways to communicate, from video conferencing to social media. Future employers need to be able to communicate with people within their team, as well as with people outside of the team and organization.
I recently went to one of my wife's friend's house, the son using MS, or was it Google Team, Google Meets, MS Team, all the high levels of those corporate people we use like us. And now they are only set one, they're using MS Team. I'm not sure, Gerald and TNU and Honey, what kind of Zoom or what kind of video conferencing you use? Is it Google Meet or whatever? You realize that this is something different from my son generation. They don't even have a video conferencing at that time. Those born in 1999, or should I say those born before the year 2000s. So you are really very lucky. But at the same time, you're all very stressed. You know why not? Can you hear me? Can because my internet is still unstable. Can So you're very lucky, Gerald, you're born in this era. But at the same time, you can consider yourself very stressful because you need to have adaptive thinking. If you do not have the adaptive thinking, look at this recommended linking. Please write down learning agility. Please write down the linking. Okay, this is a website that all of you in the futures. I tell you, Gerald and LinkedIn, do you know this linking website is where a lot of employers will headhunt you, honey? Can you? Gerald, seriously, this is a linking. I got a lot of my friends who put their profile inside the linking, and then they realize that they work how many years of experience, what kind of qualification they have, what kind of skills they have, what kind of things they've done. Straight away, they no need to go and send out resume. People will call him and call her by through this linking. So this is adaptive thinking already. Okay, and the communication skill, you're right, Hanling, what you have read. You really have to emphasize the communication skill. So Hanling, sorry, if I teach you 10A1, but you can't speak well, which you are not, okay, you speak very well. In fact, sometimes you speak too much. Tuition and tuitions. I'm just joking, Hanling, okay? But you see, you like to argue. You like to argue and make your stand. This is something what I really, really like. But honestly, because in Singapore culture, you don't like people to argue back. It's a culture. You feel that you are very disrespectful and rude. So Gerald, yeah, I think Daniel, you shake your head, you agree, right? Achoo, God bless you. Wow,
no, I was shaking my head because you're lagging. I'm like, bro.
You're what? I'm what?
You were lagging earlier when you're talking.
Like
you were lagging,
when
and
you
that's
say...
why I just shake like that. Oh my god. Cheers, man. I wonder when Sure gonna get
No, sure, like when you say something, it's just chop.
Yeah,
I sound like
guys. I want to change my Wi-Fi already. I hope it works. So in case you cannot connect, please log in. I change it to another 5G. But this 5G is also quite unstable because it's Xiao one. At sometimes it's very good, sometimes it's not very good. I'm going to change now. Can you hear me now? Good, huh? Okay, so
Yeah,
it's connected.
no, we can hear you earlier, but it just sometimes randomly just starts cutting
Yeah,
off.
no, I hate that. That's why I don't like my class to be interrupted, you see. So you see this communication skills emphasize very strongly. You see, like honey. So what, you got that 10A1, but you cannot talk, you cannot argue. So it's no point. Seriously, but this is a culture in Singapore. You cannot be rude. You cannot talk back to people. But we are not talking back, we are putting across our train of thoughts to that person. So communication is the second most important. Let's move on to the third, recommended by LinkedIn. Okay, you see, these are all these are all professional websites. Please go and take a look. I'm not sure 15 years old can do that. Number three, Han-Ling, will you mind?
Collaboration skills. Most classrooms foster a culture of competition and independence rather than one of teamwork and collaboration. Future employers will need to quickly adapt to a culture of collaboration. They will need to collaborate with others within and outside of the organization, often using a number of new technologies.
Thank you, Han-Ling. Can you write and share to the whole class? Right now, no man is an island. Right now, write these statements. You can use it in any of your essay. No man is an island. Thank you. So since we have no man is an island, that everyone is now in a globalization world, a global village. So everyone needs everyone. And it's like we need to survive. We need anyone to everyone and everyone to everyone. These collaboration skills are important, especially during the COVID-19 and during the during like Ukraine and Russian and Ukraine war. As you know, Ukraine needs a lot of modern technologies and weaponries to fight against the Russians' invasions. And the same thing that, World War II, if you study history, World War II, that the technologies between the Russians and the Germans and the Japanese, as well as the US and the British and the Italians, all these comes into place of collaboration skills, because we need that skills to improve ourselves in terms of not just technology, but in terms of skills of making the country's economy to be better. Okay, take note. All right, this one is the most important to me. Han-Ling, this is the last read. Okay, please. This will be a last reading. Come. Han-Ling. Number 4.
Critical thinking and problem-solving skills. There's a decreased emphasis on employers following directions and an increased emphasis on employees thinking critically and solving problems. In a rapidly changing world, employees need employees who can solve problems, provide ideas, and help improve the organization.
This one reminds me when I was in the national service in my army time. We have this called WIT, Risk Improvement Teams System, WITS. So we came out how to improve during our NS time. One of them is a cleaning kit to clean your M16, your rifle. So I came out an idea with my teammates to see how can we improve the cleaning kit in a much better way to help to clean our rifle. And so because we need to bring the cleaning kit to the field, that means to the forest. So sometimes it's very bulky. How do we make it not only compact, but not only good? So this is where the critical thinking skill to solve a problems. So we got second in the whole 6th platoon. Okay, not bad. And then later on, we move on to when I was in school, in the uni, so we came out some ideas about security management. Okay, I got it very well. I think I got A- or B+. To me, it's not easy. Then recently, today, just today only. Okay, today we have a low hay in my police stations in Lima. So there are 25 tables. All of them have to use the carrots, the low hay, right? The carrots, all these to form into a rabbit. Okay, form into rabbits. So everyone will say, hey, how to form a rabbit? How to make these carrots, the white radish and the red radish and the veggies and all this to form the rabbit. You know what I do? The first thing I fish out my handphone, I look through low hay rabbits and all the pictures come up. And then we start to use that. And then when they announce the winners for the top 10 winners, we are so worried now. Everyone announced, only left the last one. And we got it, honey. We got it the price, $100 Grab voucher. Not bad, $100 back voucher. So we share with the team. So you see, it's some things like this we don't learn in school, but this kind of critical thinking and problem solving skills is very important in your life now. Seriously, Gerald and Tianyu. So write down these two. Whatever essay you come out, Gerald, Tianyu, and Hanling, critical thinking and problem solving skills. Please, number 4 is the super important. I mean, of course, adaptive thinking, collaborations, and other communication is important because you need critical thinking skill to make sure that in fact, you go anywhere later on in your A level, they will talk about this. Well, I tell you, it's a non-stop. Even my time back then is already using this word already. So it's a never-ending thinking skill. Okay, let's go with number 5. Can you, your turn?
Personnel management. This includes the ability for employers to independently plan, organize, create, and execute rather than wait for someone to do this for them.
Okay, so this one I'm done. Okay, this one I must mention. I'm very sad to say that some of my Sec4 students the past few years, they can do very well and talk to me very well during lessons, write the essay very well. But sorry, Hanling, it's only to one paper only. Meaning, for example, no, so one section of the exam paper. But you know, exam or Gerald, in school, the school teacher will not give you a full paper because of time constraint, right? Correct? And then they will not give you, like, for example, if you are having paper 1 in English, you got editing, situation writing, and essay. That will be a good take out of a good timing of about 1 hour and 45 to 1 hour and 50 minutes. But unfortunately, Gerald, Tianyu, and Hanling, your school only got 2 periods, which is about 1 hour, the most, 1 hour and 10 minutes. You cannot complete unless your teacher had to ask the whole class to stay back after school to do the full paper. And honestly, your teacher and yourself will not be able to do. Number 1, the teacher might not be because he got CCA, he got other VIA, got other marking or other things or other class to teach. And then you also got CCA and to go home for tuition and do other things. So you say only when you go for tuition center, then you will have a full 1 hour and 50 minutes to do. So like I mentioned, sorry, Gerald, you are not there last year in my this party. So Hanling and Tianyu, you know the place that I'm going to ask for, right? Hopefully it starts. Even if not asked for, I'm going to find for a proper classroom to have a full paper for you to sit down and write. And it works out, Gerald, last year. That I took up all my 10 or 9 students, 10 students, Gerald, to book a room. I can show you the picture, to book the room to let them to do the entire full paper. You know, SS is not easy paper, Gerald, you know what I mean? It's a full paper. And you know, when you do SS, it's like, you know, SPQ or SRQ only. Very sian, right? But I make them to do the whole paper. Then you know what? In fact, 50% of my students, wow, Uncle Raymond, so far 很久没有做整个 paper 了。So you see, personal time management is more important. And because you cannot manage your time during the practice for the next 2 years, Gerald, especially at SS, and I'm telling you SS, because SS is very fluid. True, you can test you on anything under the sun. Hanling, you know, Hanling. Hanling, you don't do SS, right? You do?
Yeah, SS is compulsory, isn't it?
No. To some IP school, they don't do SS.
Oh.
They do other. So,
IP.
Oh wait, they're not taking O levels, so they don't necessarily have to do SS.
You go and ask Warren tomorrow and Tianyu there and Ziyue. Some IB school they don't do SS. So Tianyu, you know, so it's a full.
I know Ziyue doesn't do SS. I'm not sure about Warren.
Yeah, so you see, time management, so peace. So now you know why. Now this year the lesson, I want to force all of you to write something. Seriously. So Gerald, I cannot spend 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, class, let's start the paper. Okay, now it's 8 o'clock, 9:30, you type it out and hand it to me. It doesn't make sense here in Zoom. So there's a disadvantage of having Zoom here. So I really talk to JLC on my own pocket money, on my own. I will want to rent a room and I want my students to be physically in the classroom and complete that 1 hour and 50 minutes paper. Now you understand, Gerald? Have to, because you all don't have much practices on that. All right. So thank you. Continue. Number 6, please.
Inquiry skills. The large majority of academic assessments ask students for answers. Rarely do we assess students on how well they can answer question? The ability to ask great question, however, is a critical skill that is desperately needed in the culture which requires constant innovation.
It's called Hamala. Okay, what is Hamala? Let's talk about LA first. LA stands for lower ability questions. MA will talk about middle ability questions. And then the HA will talk about higher ability questions. So if you use 3 Little Pig, okay, Gerald, you heard about the 3 Little Pig and the Big Bad Wolf. Okay, what is the lower ability question? So let's say you read this story to your son and daughter already. So let's say the both of them say one is 10 years old, one is 9 years old. Okay, can right? So now you ask, what is the lower ability question that you will ask your 2 children? Anyone, if you want, can. Okay, Gerald first.
A lower ability question.
For the 3 Little Pig and the Big Bad Wolf.
Probably like what material the houses were made of.
That would be more to the mediate ability question. Well done. The lower ability question, Haning, what do you think you will give to your children?
How many pigs were there in the 3 Little Pigs?
Exactly. This is no rocket science. That will be a lower ability question. 1分对吗？你不可能给他，虽然他讲3个 pig 可是你不可能给他10分对吗？ Correct 了that's 1 mark. So Gerald, that question, what kind of houses will make will be need a bit more ability thinking skill 对吗？Then 你就给他2分。Okay, now Tian Yu, which question do you think should ask your children about higher ability questions? Tian Yu.
Higher. If it depends on their age. If they are very young, I would
10
say
to 9, 10 to 9.
10 to 9 higher. Higher? I'm not really sure how to. Maybe you can say like what they learned from the story.
Awesome, man, brother. Love you, baby. Well done. That is the questions. True now. So okay, you can even add a bit difficulty, Gerald. Okay, my dear son and daughter, what have you learned from this story from the 3 pigs perspective? Wow, 那个就高难度了，对不对？First pig, daddy, this one. Second pig, daddy, this one. Third pig, daddy, I think is the most intelligent pig because
it legit sounds like you're calling the dad a pig. Like the first pig daddy.
No lah, I'm just saying that the 3 pig lah.
I just say it sounds like.
Yeah, the 3rd pig become 肉干了。The first 2 pig become 肉干了，因为它被那个 big bad wolf 吃掉So yes, now you understand the inquiry question skills So please I'm actually indirectly helping you your comprehension skill already. Okay, just use the 3 Little Pig as a good example. It's called Hamala. Very good example, Gerald. So I don't think your teacher teach you this. This is something that in real life, Gerald, ready? For example, now, you want to sell shoe. Let's say now you go back to time machine. Now I mean everyone is wearing shoe. You go back to time machine, say in the 60s. You want to sell shoe to Africa. How? Which question will you ask them? Okay, sorry, I rephrase it maybe. That one will be very tough. I will rephrase. Which question when you come back, your son come back to you, and what kind of question will you ask your son? We talk about LA first. Everyone, Tian Yu and Haning, all my participate.
When I sent my son to Africa,
and then he came back. Then what is the first question, the lower ability question you ask?
Lower ability. I have no idea.
Never mind. Haning, what kind of question will you ask your son?
For what ability?
他去非洲，你们是卖鞋的，连你的儿子回来了。The first thing, you don't ask your son, hey bro, son, enjoy the girl there, no? The African girl very dark. No, right? I tell you, I'll kill you, you racist. What is the lower ability question?
What? No, what did you just say?
Yeah, I just say, hey, 那边的女孩子漂亮吗？Lower ability question, no Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I just want to put Hanling's later. So Hanling, what kind of question you will ask your son?
How was your journey?
Yes, what do you say? What were you asking you?
What do you think you could do to help the people there?
How
that
was
will
your
be-
life there?
That will be more to a medium of question already. The lower ability question is that how do they wear shoe? No, right now. Agree not, Gerald? How do they wear shoe? Oh, daddy. Then the next question. So do you show them our shoes? What do they say? That would mean medium ability. Then they say, oh yeah, daddy, I show them, I demonstrate how to tie the shoelace, how to wear a shoe, how the shoe can make their leg comfortable, how the shoe can protect their feet from some thorns and diseases and things like that. That would be medium ability. The most higher ability is, Hanling and Tian Yu, Gerald. How are you going to sell them? Oh shit. Now you get it. And this is a true one, Gerald. A father sent two sons to Africa. The elder son come back, daddy, cannot sell shoe. They don't ever wear shoe. So don't waste my time, our time to sell shoe. The second one, Hanling, are you there? Oh, you're moving. Because you're really very good, no? You're like stoning there, no? Like frozen. Seriously, don't move. Your eyebrow never move, nothing. Because you used to.
It's a uniform group discipline, you know.
Yeah. That's why I was like, wow, my goodness, keep it steady. So the second son come back, I asked, I say, daddy, we're going to have a good opportunity. The whole entire Africa to wear shoe. Now it's time for us to educate them how to wear shoe. True enough, right, Gerald? A lot of Africans, the top runners in Africa, right, Kenya, marathon, they wear shoes. Okay, now you understand. See, Gerald, whatever I'm teaching, I want to bring it to real life. Then you feel better. Then you see there's an objective in learning. You don't learn for the sake of A1 to get academic. Sorry, that will be a long class. Back to you, number 7. I'll tell you. That will be the last one. 8, 9, 10 will be Gerald.
Technology skills. Almost every business that I've talked to say that employees will need to Employers will need to be skilled at using technology. In the digital age, technology is everywhere. Schools, however, have been slow to adapt to this change. Rarely are students required or taught to learn technology efficiently. This needs to be emphasized.
I'm so sorry, Tian Yu. It's not that the one they say that school, however, are slow. I'm so sorry to say it's not the school slow. It's sometimes the Ministry of Educations or that country's education departments. They do not know whether should I use Microsoft Words or Microsoft this or Microsoft that or certain software or should I buy Lenovo? Should I buy Dell computer or HP? These are the things. Because sometimes different computers, the hardware and software can make a difference in learning. So should I, like, when MOE decided to launch the iPad, or what pad is that? The personal devices for you guys is an iPad, right? So is it using Chrome or should I using Safari or using Firefox? These are the things. You see, but for individual company, they already know already. They want to use this software and they need to move fast. So technology skills is very important, children. So continue to play your Genshin. Wow, foreign listen already, I think will be very happy to smile already. Wow, if she hear that Genshin, must buy the little toys for her already. That day she came with the toys. This is make the toys for her. Back to you, Gerald. 8, 9, 10 is all yours.
Creativity and innovation. This skill is mentioned often. I believe that it correlates with the ability to ask good questions and the ability to problem solve. Employers will be looking to employees more and more for creative and innovative solutions to issues that exist.
You see, can you write down Tian Yu, Hanling, and Gerald? Just now we talked about critical thinking and problem solving skill. Is the twin brother of creativity and innovation right now. These two tie together. Whenever you write creative thinking and problem solving, you must, sorry, one more time. Whenever you talk about critical thinking and problem solving skill, you must tie with creativity and innovation. You must write down, please. Please write down, please, I beg you. Because most of the examiner will expect you to see this kind of word to come out. I know it's a bit cliche or maybe a bit old-fashioned, whatever it is. But this is the one that will definitely help you to score mark. Trust me, trust me. Okay, I will show you more of these coming out in the next few weeks, months. Okay, so creative and innovation is very important. Just like take a simple one, tell you. Like today we got the low hay, right? We use the cabbage and radish to make a rabbit, right? You see? So out of 25, we choose 10 of them to be creative and innovative. At the same time, critical thinking and problem solving. Whether should I put this color and that? You know, rabbit is white, right? So we use radish as white. But the ear can be orange, which is the other carrot. Then the green one can be the carrot, right, with the leaves there. See? Agree, I'll tell you. Right. So this is something that you must be creative. Or can you make a green rabbit instead of a white rabbit? And then yes, if you make it in very and very real, why not? True not? Agree? Do you know there's a square watermelon? Right?
China, right?
No, Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, Gerald, have you ever seen
Japan is the only country in the world that actually has problems storing their fruits.
That
Japan's the
innovative. Oh, Gerald, have you heard about square watermelon? I tell you a joke. I'm not sure whether I told you this before. One of my professors sent the daughter for art class. Did I tell you this, Gerald?
Art class. Whoa.
So one day, the daughter came back. No, she was crying. I said, "Why are you crying, girl?" My prof asked the daughter. My teacher give me a C for elephant that I color in pink color. They say, "Why?" Oh, never mind. Then second time, he draw a square watermelon. The teacher marked her lousy. Wow, my prof cannot take it. My professor went and see her. What's your problem, teacher? Why my daughter cannot? Say an elephant is a gray. Why you put pink? No, didn't you know that pink of hell? My daughter colored the elephant pink to show that this elephant is as healthy as possible. Remember the word pink of hell, right? It's an idiom, right? Pink of hell. Number one. Number two, who said there's no square watermelon? At that time, they don't have Googles, if I'm not mistaken. They cut a newspaper article, if I'm not wrong, and show to the teachers. Really got square watermelon. Straight away, my professors pull up the daughter up. And by the way, teacher, this class is called creative drawing class, right? I don't see any creativity in you. Wow, that's a good one. Who are you talking to? A professor? No, Gerald. I will never forget this story. And that was many years ago, I think about 15 or 10 years where there's no Google or this thing now, Gerald. It's all about newspaper articles. So Gerald, please, all of you, tell you, number 8 is the most important together with number 4. Okay, please take note. Okay, back to you, Gerald.
Soft skills. Schools rarely spend time teaching students soft skills, including skills such as time management skills, organizational skills, the ability to look someone in the eyes when talking to them, or using a firm handshake. I have heard a number of times by different business leaders that these skills seem to be disappearing.
Yes. In fact, today when I went to my police stations for our reunion Chinese dinner, even my hand was having trigger finger. When I shake with my officer, my commander, okay, usually one hand shake, right? But because of my hand, my thumb cannot do well. I use 2 hands and grab them. I even bow to them, not by them, bow to them. Okay, and even some of my colleagues who are same rank with me, I even do handshake and bow to them. I even salute to them. When you salute, it's only to a higher ranking, but I salute to them. Okay, so this is a soft skill. I'm so sorry, Han Ling, you know, right? Some of the students who are autistic, okay, they don't look at your eyes, they don't like to see in your eyes. They are very frightened. Or those are very introvert, they don't like to look into your eyes. And I always look at their eyes. In my previous school, I got a lot of autistic children. And always I tell them, because as a discipline teacher, Gerald, I say, look at me. Then they have to force to look at me. I say, look at me, understand or? Then they look at me. Then you know what the next thing, they're very frightened, right? My voice raised up. They say, oh my God, what have I done? And you know, autistic children, they cannot hear loud voices. They will get panic. But I'm the only teacher who will talk to them like that. Then the next thing you know, I do, Gerald. Look at me. I say, look at me. Then you look at me, no. Thank you. So nice of you to look at me. They were like, one hand, Harley is like, one hand you're lion. Then the second hand you talk like Mickey Mouse. Thank you so much. You look at me. I'm so touched. Okay, can you please come together with me? Now we shall do something. Thank you. Then they start to break. Oh, it's not difficult to look at people's eyes. First, we must be very firm. If you want to say, come, look at me. No, I don't want to see you. I don't want. But when you firm, then they just, okay. So not easy job. So this soft skill, CSD, cannot be found in textbook, the three gentlemen here. So it's good, Tianyu and Han-Ling. I can't wait for you to work in my store, my boss store. You know, some of my ex.
Wait, when can we work? Cause like I say, if can during March holiday, I might take mine like.
I don't have time during March holiday.
Tianyu.
I mean, obviously it depends on my grade. If it can maintain like a group
no.
or like A, then I'll do.
Even your grade is all A1, I rather to wait for a while.
Okay, end of year. Okay, then end of year holiday, can I?
Of course.
Or like still can't. Oh, so your boss allow?
I have to check with my HR. I have to check with my HR. I hope you can work. And it's true, I got a few students. Some of them from ITE, from JC, from university, from my Sec4 who just recently graduated. You know, like that, they earn about a few $100s, not bad, huh? Good, and sometimes me and my boss will give them free food, buy food for them. So yeah, I will hope that, I think your parents will feel good about it when you can come and work with us. Correct now? You're in a safe hand. 对不对, Tianyu? Right. Tianyu, are you listening? Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, so next, number 10. Gerald.
Empathy and perspective. Although this skill has always been important, it seems to be another one that is slowly disappearing. The ability for our students to put themselves in someone else's shoes, to understand their feelings and to help solve their problems.
You realize it's empathy, no? Not sympathy. You get what I mean? Empathy and sympathy is two different things. Okay, empathy means you show your heart. Sympathy is say, poor thing. Okay, I know it's very bad. These people live in that kind of poor environments. But empathy is go beyond the call of duty to help people, to understand the people needs and want, to feel for them, to put not just yourself in their shoes, but also to share the same hurts and feelings and the torture they went through. So that's the empathy perspective. This is the 10 skills. Okay, which is same as number 9 and 10. Well, so what is the actions? Okay, this is the one I want to share. Let's go. Although it is important for I don't want to read, honey.
Although it is important for our students to learn a core set of knowledge, we are not helping them develop these 10 skills by simply requiring them to regurgitate facts in an attempt to earn grades for a course. We need to have students apply what they are thinking by engaging them in projects. We need to engage them in higher order thinking skills in order for them to develop the skills that will be critical to their future success. Bloom's taxonomy provides great illustration of the different levels of thinking. As educators, we need to stop depending on lower level skills, such as...
Guys, this Bloom taxonomy, I don't think the school will teach you all this. Because this is something, if you can use the Bloom taxonomy, later you see, I think, Gerald, you print it out. So you'll be surprised this one can be used in yourself. And depends on Han-Ling and Tianyu. I may or may not share in next tomorrow class. Because this one is more on the critical writing. Carry on. Yes, Han-Ling, my dear, carry on.
Memorization and recall helps students develop higher order thinking skills such as applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Then and only then.
Yeah, carry on.
We will be helping students to develop these skills. Most educators that I have spoken with agree with this analysis. There's one question that seems to always arise, however. In order to help students develop these skills, what type of projects and assessments can we engage them in?
Exactly. So just now, somebody, Tianyu, were asking, depends on how old my children is, right? Right. So this is where you put on the kind of skill, kind of questions. Sometimes you put difficult, you worry they don't understand. But sometimes you put difficult question, they understand. Then you also worry, no? So you worry that your child learn too fast, might be too over matured or overkill or too stressed for them. So this Bloom taxonomy, ready, children? Please take note. It's very, very useful. So when you come across in terms like when you study, okay, first, this is the basic. Please, Tian-Yu, Han-Ling, and Gerald, please look at the screen here. Okay, Tian-Yu, are you looking at my screen? Then, so remember, the first thing is that whatever your teacher are teaching you, remember, recall the facts and basic concept. Refine, deduplicate, memorize. Once you remember already, you must digest to the second level. You must understand. Not only understand, you must be able to explain the idea and the concept, identify and recognize. Okay, I remember what the teacher taught me. Like take for example, Gerald, we take for example for 2 times 2, easy, the 2 times table. So we remember 2 times 2 is 4, 2, okay, remember. Then you understand the concept that this multiplication can use in what? Problem sum, right? Correct, we're talking about, you know, I hate math, so I'm using math as an example, okay? I purposely use math example. So if I can do it, all of you can do much better than me. So I'm using math 2 times 2, so I understand the concept that this is multiplication. I can use multiplications like length and breadth as an example. Then I need to apply this knowledge using the information that I just learned from the understand, remember, in the new situation and execute and imply. Okay, well done. Now I know how to use length and breadth. 2 times 2 is like I got 2 basket, I put 2 apples in each basket, then I got 4 apples. This is how I apply. After applying that, I need to analyze, means to explain, draw connection among ideas. So there are 4 apples in 4 apples, but each basket got 2 apples. That's analyzing. So I can take these 2 apples or these 2 mandarin oranges to go and buy in for visitor family A and for family B another 2 mandarin orange. This is a very simple example, okay? I'm just giving it the simplest. Then evaluate, then you justify a stand or decisions. Okay, whether it is correct in such a way, 2 apples and 2 apples, 2 oranges and 2 oranges, mandarin oranges. Then you make arguments. You know, you don't need to put say 3 oranges into 1 basket and 1 oranges, because you remember that this multiplication is supposed to be in this way. Okay, that is how you support and evaluate and critique this. And the last one is the most important. You produce new or original words. That is that you design these 2 baskets with 2 mandarin oranges. That's a very simple one, to give and 去拜年. So this is the most simple one. What happened? Can you give me the latest social study topic? Just to test me how to use this, okay?
Latest, I don't remember my social study topic, but it's something about like citizenship and stuff.
Okay, citizenship. Gerald, you're also doing that, right, Gerald? Citizen, Honey also citizen. Okay, so let's do. So my teacher taught me about citizenships, about Singapore citizenship, right? Then I understand now the citizenship is talking about the pink IC and about Singaporean and PR and foreigners and what their rights do they have, correct now? Agree? What the rights do they have? And like for example, the 4 different type of marriages. Both parents are local, Singaporean, one parents are foreigners, the other one is non-foreigners, for example. Okay? You hold on. Sorry, my dog is barking. Somebody. Okay, so it applied, where am I? So the citizenship, right? It applied to saying that there are 4 different types of marriages. So how can I apply to Singapore? Huh? Who is that? Okay, hold on.
It's just in our bag. Well,
Yeah, so what were you about it?
I don't know. Alright, I say. Hey, Cha, I say you get your ass online. Oh, wait, this is recording.
Lamau, this dude.
Yo, wait, what? My school is winning in basketball all of a sudden.
For
Shit.
real? My school annihilated the first round.
Apparently for our East Zone division, B division, we won, I guess? I don't
No way.
understand.
It's energy,
It
right?
says, huh?
Wait, your school start already?
Yeah, our
Yeah, my
school
school
already
start.
start. Our school, I think all like the competition already started like quite a lot.
You are
E-zone,
North Zone,
E-zone
right?
started.
Oh,
Yeah,
East
East
Zone.
Zone. East Zone.
North Zone haven't yet.
No heaven, oh, that's kind of sad though.
I don't think North
My
started yet.
Hey,
My
what
school is
score
a
are you
bit
in?
cracked.
Gerald, what score are you in?
Pei Hua.
Pinghua. Is
Pei
that like where is it in like east, north?
North, I think.
No. HR, yours is also in like north or west?
No,
or
mine's east. We're in the
yours
same
is
division.
You
We
sure?
slammed you the last
Oh,
round.
never mind. I found it. Hey. But at least we didn't lose too bad. But Diamond Sec though. Diamond Sec
that-
slammed everyone in the team.
No, that's Diamond High. Diamond High is the one that
No, it's
slams
not. It
people.
says Sec. It says Sec.
Wait, legit?
Diamond High.
Sack
No,
Redemption
bro.
up.
This is secondary school only lah. There's no like
Diamond High is an IP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
IPs are participating what? They participate in the same category as us.
no, I don't. I mean, at least from what I see, I don't see it.
We got
It only show.
annihilated.
My school didn't do so bad for a school that doesn't win anything at all.
True. My school always places top 4.
But at
again
least
last year.
your female team got win second place in terms of the ranking for today. But I'm not sure if that's good or bad because I'm not sure how to see the score and stuff.
Wait, the girls played today?
Yeah, I know.
They did?
Like today, I think the overall match or some shit.
Where did Cher even go?
Hey, sorry
don't know.
guys. I'm
Cher
so
what?
sorry.
Oh, so 曹操知道. Yes.
I'm so sorry because one of my students, the parents came and 跟我拜年. So think about it, and the son just completed the O level last year.
Oh, what did he do? How did he do?
That's the one I told you about the handwriting, remember?
No.
Handwriting, that's the one I told you, don't use black pen, use blue pen, and then write. And then, yeah, he did well, okay. Managed to go poly, thank you. SS and history, I think it's scored from B4 or B3. It used to be 654, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think I was a bit disappointed, not of him, but I think it's a handwriting. I think the marker who is marking his paper might not be able to decipher her.
You really like his handwriting, huh?
Yes, yes. So now you understand, Gerald, Tian Yu, and Han Ling. Okay, you must really write so that Uncle Raymond can help you to make sure that you don't let the let the examiner to what do you say to let the examiner to take advantage. Don't say take advantage. Sorry, to have a reason or for deducting the marks from your essay. Okay, so thank you. So what happened is that this using the citizenship, then you apply to use the citizenships. Like you know that there are 4 different types of citizens taking the citizenship in Singapore: the foreigners, Singaporeans, PR, or even work permit passers. Analyze them. So once you're able to analyze them, you evaluate who can buy houses in Singapore. Agree now, Gerald? Agree now, Han Ling and Tian Yu?
Yeah.
Yeah, who can buy houses in Singapore? In fact, everyone. But you must know that only HDB is Singaporean and PR. You know why everyone can buy houses? I can buy condominium, private property. Foreigner can buy, correct now? But foreigner cannot buy HDB because this HDB is solely, specially for Singaporean. Get it? For Singaporean. Make by, huh? So that's the reason. Then you create what? You create a very fairness, a meritocracy in Singapore. Make sense now? I can use my social studies. That's why you throw me a topic. But you throw me maths, I can use the lowest one. The lower ability maths, 2 times 2. You don't tell me dy, dx, sine, cosine, tangent, algebra, I'm going to kill you, Harley. Don't give me this kind of math, okay? like for example, Gerald, I think you are doing physics or chemistry.
Chem and bio.
Okay, bio, for example, let's see, easy. We talk about photosynthesis, can? Okay, example, photosynthesis. So you remember it's photosynthesis. Then you understand the structure, right? The carbon dioxide, oxygen, correct? Now it's the sunlight. Then how you apply this photosynthesis to the actual, for example, maybe I'm not sure. Han Ling, Tian Yu, and Gerald, sorry. Do you have this rooftop garden in the car park? No,
my HDB one don't have, right? I don't remember seeing it.
There are
Yours
some.
don't have what? Don't have what?
The like you know
Rooftop
how
garden.
car park now got like those gardens and shit.
They
Thingy, right?
apply these
Yeah,
photosynthesis
yours
and
don't
the
have.
greenery.
Not yet. My one is not yet.
No,
In
it's
the
what
future
can
will
use
have.
can use HDB is one of the oldest. It's one of the oldest ones built here. That's why he even has an extra room and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's like a bombing room. I mean, not bomb shelter,
What?
not bombing. No,
Yes.
not bombing room.
room.
Whoa, sorry, Cha. I forgot. My bad. My bad, bro. My bad, bro.
I love you taxi. People in gas chamber, you bombing room, you go there and bomb.
I say a glass of juice, not gas of juice.
Sorry. Okay, so Gerald, you understand? So this Bloom taxonomy, please go and Google it. It will be very, very useful. If you can, Han Ling and Tian Yu and Gerald, if you have a color printer, because in Google, if you type Google images for Bloom taxonomy, there are a lot of these. Take the easiest one. I want the glass of juice, not the gas of juice. Tian Yu, well done. Okay, so you understand, Gerald? This one very useful, seriously. So this also can apply in your essay. So for example, do you think a good job is good? Then you remember what I say, then how you understand that this good job, and then how you apply this good job, whether there's a pro and cons. Then you analyze what is good, what is bad. Then you evaluate to explain, reviewing example. Then you create an essay. Ta-da! Now you understand, Han Ling. Tian Yu. Trust me, this one would definitely use it in your, maybe your, depends on what subject you use, Tian Yu and Han Ling and Gerald in your JC. Seriously, this is very, very good. Any more? Oh, there's the last one. So children, we got a couple of minutes. Would you mind be kind enough to me that you can do this one here? Okay, now if you can, because I know this week is Chinese New Year. You're going to, I don't want to do. So please, idea 1 and idea 2. Okay, all of you, if you can. So Han Ling and Tian Yu, you have got this homework to do seriously, because next week I will still bug at you. And then this one, you must write a letter. So you want to score, my aim is score for you all to score B3. Please do that. Okay? Okay, let's go. I'm so sorry to took up a few minutes of your time. Just now I'll replace it for you all.
No, it's fine.
No,
At least
cannot. I didn't expect, I thought at first I thought it's a Grab. You know, it's those Grab people who come to deliver things to me. Then I didn't know it was my students' father and mother.
Wait, Chad, so what are we meant to answer?
Okay, first of all, I leave it to you. You can do this one first because I need your idea 1 and 2. That means 1 for the 4 for education to land a good job and against education to land a good job and the conclusion. That's only for you, the 2 of you. Gerald, no need to do. Gerald, you need to do this one. A letter. That means, Gerald, you are a teacher, huh? Then you're going to write a letter to your student. So, Gerald, this is also the practice you are express, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Gerald. Right. Which school again? Sorry.
Pei Hua.
Sorry?
Pei Hua.
Pei Hua. So you got situation writing, right? The situation writing we also practice. Next one we'll do a situation writing. Then you must write this letter teacher to student, and then you must tell me your 5 skills. What is 5 skills? Excuse me. The 5 skills are Tian Yu, Han Ling, and Gerald. It's not the 5 skills that is inside what I have. But if you want to use it, fine. But you need to elaborate and explain. Okay, ma? Okay. I told you, the lesson for this year, you will every minute is really on your toe one. You will be alert one. There's no resting one. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, so are we meant to do the idea 1 or this one?
Up to you, my dear. Up to you.
But Chad, if I want to do this one, what is the
I beg your
question?
pardon, sir?
If I were to do this one you're showing right now, what is the questions?
Oh, the question is
What are the questions?
First, you write a letter. So, Tian Yu teacher write a letter to a student. So you don't copy mine. So this is something like that. Okay, you write a letter. So this is your form teacher, Mr. Tian Yu. I'm writing this letter to you guys is to inform you now you're set 4 student. Please use your 5 skills. Then the student will reply to you, dear teacher, these are my 5 skills. So now I'm a teacher, right? Tian Yu, I'm a teacher to you, ma. I just imagine you're set 4, Tian Yu, okay? So now you have to write, you must give me your 5 skills. Got it now, bro? Hello? Got it now, bro?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I thought lag again.
Nah.
Hey, this one better. This one I find better.
So we just write about our 5 skills, right? And in a letter.
Yes, a letter. So for example, okay, this one, dear students, this is your form teacher, Mr. Chen Hanling. As this is a then the rest be a copy order lah. But you think I mentioned the 5 skill, so that means Hanling, Tian Yu, and Jiraiya, can I say this? First, you represent the teacher to write a letter, okay? Then after that, you represent yourself as a student.
And then you write the letter back, right?
You saw my hand? Well done. That's the way, my dear. Correct. So this is 2 homework already, ma. 对不对？一个是 teacher, 一个是 student, correct? But at the same time, for you, Hanling and Tian Yu, you still need to give me this one. Hey, I only asked for idea 1 and 2, right? And then conclusion. Whereas Gerald has completed the entire essay with 3, 4, and 1 against of good job and the conclusions. Okay, but of course, Hanling and Tian Yu, you say, Uncle Raymond, I don't feel like doing this, cannot. I'm going to give you the full entire essay. Then you write for me. How? I give you a choice. I'm so sorry. I know now is Chinese New Year. You only got 3.5 days to enjoy, to be honest, or 4 days. And after that, you have to get back to business. Agree not, Tian Yu and Hanling? Okay, let's be honest.
Yes.
Let's be honest, seriously. The only time you really can enjoy your Chinese New Year is at the year 2025 when you got your O-level result. Correct or not? Then you know that, wow, you can really enjoy because you got no homework. You are preparing to go for the 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you're going for JC. So I'm so sorry. Okay, if you really want to have a good Chinese New Year for many, many years, I think fair, 4 days is enough for you to rest.
Oh, so Uncle Raymond, when do we have to write on paper or do we have to type?
Yeah, I was thinking, I was thinking, seriously. Gerald, what do you think? I asked Gerald permission first. What do you think? You want to type or write?
I think writing.
I beg your pardon? Writing.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can start writing now. The three of you can start writing. And then your honey will die already. Say, oh, shit, man. Ask me to write.
I'm not done with my AMF work, Joe.
Yeah.
But hey, Chia, don't you have like, isn't tomorrow like your celebration day or something?
No, our celebration is on next Thursday.
Next Thursday? That's over. Bro, that's after Chinese New Year already. Not really after.
No, it's because my school has the policy of if it's like because remember Chinese New Year starts on a Sunday, we will only celebrate it on the day before Chinese New Year itself. So we can't celebrate it on Friday. So they dragged it all the way to the next week.
Okay. But why Thursday though? That's Wednesday. There's school on Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's my question too.
Yeah, that's not a higher ability question. That is like, don't know,
I'm confused as well as you are.
What kind of logic is this, man? Okay, I want the three of you to write. Thank you, Gerald. Wow, good. I like your super good attitude. Yeah, it's good to improve your handwriting, all of you. So please write a few. Show me in front in the camera. Then once you're done, then you can read and then we call it a day, okay? Hey, start writing, Han Ling. I hope you're writing. Then you also. I don't know which one you want to do. So I have to
don't we have to do both? Don't we 100% have to do both?
No, I mean for this one here, this one that you are seeing, looking at the screen. If you want to do one for education 4 and 4, then you write on the piece of paper. But if you want to write the entire essay, like landing a good job, this one, remember I give you the question already, like what Gerald has done. My advice is do the whole essay. So next lesson I can go through, okay? Tian Yu and Han Ling. But you must,
so which one is of higher priority, the letters or that?
all of them are important.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, all of them are important.
I'm really struggling to finish my
bro, this one you only for 2 weeks already. Okay? So you see, maybe you do this one first. Okay, this one is important because you must start the on the right footing.
Wait, it's only the intro for education is to land a good job, right?
This is you've done the intro already, but I need the remaining few paragraph and the conclusion.
All right, I understand.
But if you don't want the full essay, at least you give me 1 for and 1 against and the conclusion. That means 4 paragraph only. Well, Gerald did for about 5 to 6 paragraph. Then the next one is this one now, teacher to student and student back to teacher. You don't do this in your creative writing in other class before, trust me. Okay.
Wait, Uncle Raymond, could you go back to like the first one where we have to write the full essay? I want to take a screenshot.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
No problem, sir.
But for this one, can we type or is it a must for us to write?
I agree with Gerald 啦 ，it's better to write 啦。
Or I understand.
write 了，然后你把它 send 去我的 WhatsApp，OK，send to my WhatsApp，thank you。2 more minutes, okay? Whatever you have written, just tell me. Yeah, tell you are right on HDB. So your HDB is only 99 years. So after that is a listing. After that, bye-bye. HDB government will take back. So tell you have to work super hard for that, for your next HDB, which is cost you about at least $1 million by the time you want to buy. Remember, if you can use a fee spot, that would be good. You know what is fee spot? Let me show you what is fee spot here. So Gerald, if you can use fee spot, would be good here. This is called fee spot. I think in your paper you have. And also, if you have the time, Bloom testimony. But of course, Han-Ling, Gerald, and Tian-Yu, enjoy the 4 days of Chinese New Year. Seriously, always a no play. Han-Ling, don't look so stressed, leh. I miss your smiling face and your naughty attacking me, leh. Continue on that. I know. Okay, now you understand, Han-Ling.
So Sec3 kind of pain, leh.
Oh, now you understand, Han-Ling.
Yeah.
已经跟你 warn 你了，我跟你 warn 你了，还有 CCA coming along, damn stress.
Yeah, I'm in charge for CCA.
Good luck to you, lor. More stress, but it's a good responsibility. Hey, Han-Ling, 先苦后甜，先苦后甜 okay? Hey, what CCA? Start right?
Yes.
Wow, every Saturday.
No, it's Wednesday and Friday.
Lucky for you. My previous school is every Saturday, whole day.
Oh my gosh, it's just sad.
Yeah.
It's genuinely tragic.
Yeah.
Saturday is such a good day to just rest and then do some
No,
homework.
it's the whole day. Seriously, but I mean, being a scout, I think you can build a very resilience and perseverance and strong character. Trust me. I got a lot of friends who are now my age. Seriously. In fact, our scout years are more difficult than your time, okay? Are more tougher than you. You know, those scout last time, no MRT. It's only buses to go home. Can you imagine? Okay, don't complain already, guys. But you know, tell you can feel the Sec3, the temperature rising already. Trust me, don't mix with other wrong company. Gerald, please, all of you. After school, go home, okay? Seriously, if some friends say, hey, why Gerald, come now, join me, don't. Okay, if you caught your friend smoking beside you or what, if my colleague were to catch you, good luck to you. Okay, whether you smoke or not, you're going to have record inside. That's not nice, seriously. Okay, I know some schools, some students are illegal. Your age smoking is illegal. Even drinking alcohol is also illegal. I hope I make this very clear to all of you. Please, after school, go home. After CCA, go home. Not worth it. Once you go to my police HQ in Cantonment, some of the students will be handcuffed at the side of it and questioning. It is possible, it may handcuff you. I would say may, depends on situation. Or it may not handcuff you, but they will question you, interrogate you. You really use a high ability question. They won't ask you low ability. Why? What happened to you? Why you join your friend? Correct. They won't ask you this kind of question. No. So seriously, guys, worth it. Go through the next 10 months. No need 10 months, only 9 months. Correct now. Now ending January, so only 9 months to go. Then that's it. Okay, then we go for another celebration. Okay, honey. Yeah, this time we go for Yorkshire. Wow, in the ship. Sure, right? Honey, you know how to swim now?
I'm quite decent at swimming, I'd say.
Oh, never mind. Then later, tell you all of us can throw him to the sea.
Ah, can you also know how to swim, okay? We learn
Never mind,
swimming together.
I don't give you the buoyance or the floater. That's
He
it.
can swim. No, he can swim, but he will run out of energy. So we have to just go in the middle of the sea, push him over and dip.
And say bye. See you. Maybe
Yeah.
give him a floater lah. Give him a floater. Never mind. Give him a floater.
I don't think a floater will help much. Rather just floating around. Wait, what's a floater? Is it just like HR? Is it those thingy?
好像你在 swimming pool 咯，那人家就
It's just something that floats.
人
Oh,
家
is it?
人家就
Wait,
用
what? I search out floater. It give me eye floater.
No lah, not that one. Okay, done. I don't think too much time. It's 9:45 already. Gerald, can you show me? What have you written? Han Ling, just show me in front of the screen.
I'm writing on laptop first, and then I'm gonna transfer everything to paper.
Thank you, Gerald.
written
Are you using a black
nothing.
pen?
Oh, I forgot.
Okay,
Sure.
never mind. Change
Sure.
on. If you can,
What
wait,
I-
wait, wait,
Sure.
I'll
wait,
change later.
wait. I'm talking to Gerald. Hold on.
My bad.
I think from now use the blue ink and then start to use the G and the Y to curve it now. Okay, thank you, Gerald.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
No, I said I need the question.
The question was the previous lesson. I don't
Oh
have the question
god.
here.
Yeah,
I don't have the question here. Like. It's like
isn't it the ideal one, right? Like the one that supports the. Isn't that the question?
this one.
Yeah, the one below. The one below after like you asked me continue.
This one.
Yeah, I meant to write on this, right?
Yeah, this is a full essay. 1, 2. If you don't want to, give one each, for and against. And then this is another one. Okay, Han Ling, show me.
I already pointed out that I was going to write on laptop and then transfer later because I don't want to get up and get my paper.
Oh, okay.
I don't have much paper left to.
I can see your hair dropping already. So stressed. Thank you. Tian Yu, how about you?
I didn't written much because I was very confused on what to do. My bad.
Well, now you know what to do.
But yeah, I know. Wait, wait, can you open the screen again so I can take a picture and do it in Malaysia? And I'll be in Malaysia tomorrow onwards.
Oh, so you're not going to school?
No, I'll go school, but I go back after. Wait, let me find my camera. Okay, scroll down to the part 2 also, idea 2. Yay. Okay, thanks. Wait, what's the other one? Oh wait, there's a conclusion.
Yeah, you must write a conclusion.
Okay, and then
A letter from teacher U to a student U. Then a student U to a teacher U. Get it?
okay.
Can Okay, good. Thank you so much. I don't want to take your time. Okay, 新年快乐，万事如意. I will see you next.
恭喜发财. See you tomorrow, Joe. Goodbye.
Hey, wait. If you can, the latest by Thursday morning or afternoon send to me, so that I got time to mark. Okay, all right.
All right.
If you really
Okay.
cannot, if you really cannot hand in, please, I don't want the last minute like Thursday then you hand me the homework. If you really cannot finish, let me know. Hey, Uncle Raymond, this is Han Ling. I cannot finish because of this. Or Uncle Raymond, I'm Gerald. I cannot finish. It's okay. All right. Then I will prepare other things for you all to do. Okay. Right. If not, I want to spend some time for you all to do this.